Now, I'm sure everybody that have heard that the Bible's been tampered with by now, right? So, how the Bible's been tampered with has been the big question. Everybody always have their own opinion of what they think about their situation. So, how about this? Bump all that, trying to figure out what got took in it. Let's get to the beginning of the book before it ever got tampered with. So, what does that book say? The one that never been tampered with. Well, before we figure out what that book say, we got to get to the bottom of the books. What was the first Bible? Who wrote the first Bible? Where is the first Bible? And I want you to know we're digging into the biggest kept secret. And I want you to know that I was raised in a church house. My parents made me go. I was in the drill team. I was in the choir. I was a youth deacon. So, yeah, just put that out there. Where I am with this Christianity and spirituality thing now, I'm going to stay neutral with my opinion because I'm going to just do everything off facts. So it's not about an opinion with me, just like that. And another reason I'm going to stay neutral is because whatever you believe, I don't want to run you off. This is based off facts with me. Where is the first Bible? Well, let's dig into it and see. Follow me. Okay, I got it. Okay, so from my research, I think it's pretty safe to say that we have Moses. He came with the Torah, the first 5 books of the Bible. Of the Old Testaments. Let me get that right. There was no New Testaments at this time. First, it was Old Testaments, and the Old Testaments was made up of the Torah that Moses got from God, and 2 more books, one called the Nevi'im and one called the Ketuvim. Now, Nevi'im is spelled Nevi apostrophe I-M. And Ketuvim is Ketuvim. Them 3 books together came together and made the first Bible called the Tanakh. All right? So Tenakh. I need you to look this stuff up yourself. Okay, so that's the Old Testaments right there. But it gets deeper. Now, Moses makes up the first 5 books, right? There's Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. Okay. But it's also the Old Testament is also made up of something else. From your research, our preachers will admit, it's called the Dead Sea Scrolls. Now, the unique thing about the Dead Sea Scrolls is it's in every single book of the Old Testaments, except for 2. So this the thing. The Dead Sea Scroll is in Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Number. It's in Moses' books. It's in every single book in the Old Testaments, except 2. That's how powerful the Dead Sea Scrolls is. So, what are the Dead Sea Scrolls? What do the Dead Sea Scrolls say? Do your research. And if you want me to get into it, hit me with that heart. You heard me? And let me know that you're interested. And we're going to get to the bottom of it. And for a fun fact, I didn't say this one because it's not in the Bible. And I didn't want to say nothing that you could go against. I wanted to bring facts. But I'm quite sure everybody heard of the Book of Enoch. But if you haven't, that is one of the books that was taken out of the Bible. Right? Okay. So let's just talk about how old this Book of Enoch is. Well, let's just say this. Enoch was born like 50 some years after Adam. So that's a very, you get me, old. That's older than Moses' Torah, for sure. And the Nevi'im and Ketuvim books, they was written by other prophets. I'm talking about the other two books that make up the first Bible with Moses' Torah. And if a lot of people are not familiar with Moses' Torah, I'm sure they're familiar with the Ten Commandments. Yes, this was the Torah. And remember, I'm only giving you stuff that your preacher, your local preacher will agree to. Whatever church you belong to, your preacher will agree to this. So all this is about is, because this is the biggest kept secret, and first we have to get them to agree to this, because the Dead Sea Scrolls is all through the very first Bible, all through the Old Testaments, the very first Bible. All right, so that's a very powerful source right there. So they still got copies of the Dead Sea Scroll. You can Google it. You can download the translator thing to translate the translate it into English. So there ain't no way to avoid it. Just first find out and make sure that that is accurate, which I know it is. It's in every single book of the Old Testament, it's the first Bible. That's a very powerful. Okay then. Okay. Cause what it say might mess you up. So stay with me now. I'm trying to take y'all through the steps. Stay with me. Biggest kept secret. Yo. This is just my Way More Realer perspective. And thank you for tuning in to Way More Realer Perspective TV. Peace. Realer. I'm way more real, push button keys under the